Hello. It has been 5 years since I made Hello 26-year-old and a bit me. I recorded one of these like watch 5 year later videos on a whim 5 years ago. I was inspired by the musician Dodie, who, to be honest, I like barely knew at the time, but I saw like she had posted one of these reacting to her, you know, life 10 years ago now. And I was like so inspired that I recorded this on a whim like that night. And I like almost forgot about it until now. But it's time. I have never watched this since I like hit record on the last time, but it's time to see what I thought my life might be like 5 years ago and see where I'm at now. So let's get into it. So here we go. Hello, 26 and a bit year old me. 24 views. it's viral. Here I am in my old apartment in Brookline. Let's do this. I'm a little nervous. First of all, I'm not exactly like a YouTuber here, so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, this video is 13 and a half minutes long. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while. Let's go. Let's do it.
Hi. So it just turned midnight. So it is September 16th, 2020. 2020. Not to be confused with 2005 from the shit webcam quality. Anyway,
I don't think it's gotten better. I think this was like one laptop ago. But yeah, I mean, I'm still just using the built-in thing, so it probably still looks like garbage. But that's funny.
I just watched, I watched a bunch of Dodie videos. Um, do you still know who Dodie is? She's pretty cool. She makes cool music and
I
seems
do.
like a cool person. Anyway, I just watched a video that she made called "Hello Me at 20," and when she was 20, she made a video for herself at 25, and then she went back and made another video for herself at 20 when she turned 25, which is really really cool. And I felt kind of compelled to do something like that.
I love how I like can't really believe myself, which like I do kind of remember feeling that way because I like watched this and I was like, I'm gonna record a video and put it on YouTube on a whim, which is just I don't know, not really like me. So, but it's so funny that like confusion comes across.
I haven't thought this through at all. And honestly, when I started this video a minute ago, I wasn't sure if I was going to do the whole thing or, whatever the whole thing means. Um, but no, I'm going to talk about some stuff.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm 21 and I'm in the middle of being 21. So, this is not a good time to be doing this. But we're going to say 5 years ish. So, hello, 26 and a bit year old Jake.
Heck yeah.
Sing
Damn.
that.
God damn it. I've like sort of outgrown that, but not really. Let's see if I can get the volume a little higher here. But yeah, I overshot it by a week. Apparently, it was exactly a week ago that I was supposed to react to this. Let's continue.
I hope not.
The video quality is
Anyway,
pretty shitty.
all right. So, yeah, so I'm 21 and I live in Brookline with my roommates Mon and Nathan, and I'm a master's student in linguistics at BU.
Wow, I was still in grad school. That was just 1 year. That's crazy. Good times. Love Mon and Nathan. They're great roommates. Just saw Mon a couple weeks ago.
And I just graduated from MIT this spring with a
Nice.
physics degree. And man, I don't know where I'm gonna end up in 5 years from now, but I mean, here's where I am right now. I am in love for the first time.
Wow, I led with that. That kind of rocks. That was like the one of the only things that I remember about this video. There's a ton I forget because I had no idea this was like 13 minutes. That's one of the only things that I remember saying. So true, man.
I hope that you're in love,
I am.
and I hope that you dearly love your friends and your family because that's the most important thing. And it's the most important thing to me, and I really hope it's still the most important thing to you.
Wow, that's like really profound right off of the bat. Go me. It is. It is the most important thing. And I do dearly love my friends. Nice Revels slash Susan Cooper reference. That's not lost on me 5 years later. The shortest day. Let's go.
Mom and Dad and Nicholas and Daniel and Andromeda and Cassiopeia,
Our
our
cats.
kitties, um, are like the most important people in my life. And I really hope that that doesn't change.
Now I have two different cats of my own and someone else important that I think is going to come up.
I hope that I'm still very much a part of um, Grandma and Grandpa's life and that they're part of mine and that I'm able to see them um, when I'm you. Whoa. Throwback to the philosophy class when we talked about what it means to like be yourself or whatever. Like, are you me? Am I still you? Wild, man. Are you still goofy? I really hope so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still goofy. So I like that that was important to me. Still am. It's interesting that I, I mentioned grandma and grandpa. They are both still in my life and very important to me. I didn't mention grandma and papa, other grandparents who at the time are still very important to me. Um, we did lose them a couple years ago. Grandma and papa both passed away in 2023. Grandma and grandpa are still there, still hanging around. Grandma is a lot the worse for wear, and that has been hard. That has been a real challenge of the past 5 years for grandpa, for sure, for all of us in the family, and it's a little sad, but I'm so very glad that that she's with us, and grandma and grandpa are both in my life. I am still goofy. Moving on.
What else about me? I like to run.
All I have was love my family and friends and is goofy. That was it.
Are you still running? You should keep that up. I hope you are.
I don't run too much anymore, especially not since I moved down to New Bedford a year ago. My running frequent running partners, Jen and some other people. It's harder for me to run by myself, and I don't really have those people to like run with down here. But I get exercise in other ways.
I like Ultimate Frisbee, but I haven't been doing it a lot. I love music.
I haven't really done ultimate in the past 5 years either. I still like frisbee, toss a disc in the park, but yeah, not really a ultimate player, and that's all right.
Are you making music? I hope so. I hope you're still playing trumpet. I hope you're certainly still playing piano, and I hope you're still writing stuff. Look, I even have a little, uh, you know, mic stand there, and I hope you're recording things and writing just for the fun of it, even if you're not, out there doing it.
Good for me. That was a big part of that time in my life. I wrote a lot of music over like the pandemic, and that um, even like the I don't know, a year or two past that. I haven't really done as much of it recently. Um, I guess like as I get further away from college and like singing a cappella, it's a little harder slash less important to me. to be doing that, but it's still something that I still like enjoy, and I'm still making music. I recently joined an orchestra here on the South Coast, playing trumpet in an orchestra again for the first time in years. Playing some bands too, so still alive and well. I'm even a bassist now, kind of. I have a bass. I bet that would have surprised this guy 5 years ago, me. So that's pretty hype.
Um, I mean, okay, the big question is like, I mean, what are you doing with your life? That's 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 tough. Sorry, let's cut you some slack. How? What are you doing for work? I kind of
Ugh, the worst question.
expect that you're either a PhD student in linguistics or that you're working somewhere. And if you're working somewhere, I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you go into wherever you work and and work and come home at the end of the day and you feel like that was a good day. Hey,
Yeah, bad news on that one. We're not gonna dwell on it too much, but I have a job. It's a job. That much is fine. I'm still doing linguistics more or less, but we're not gonna dwell on that too much.
I hope that are you are you well, I hope you're in love.
I'm really bad at this. Like this whole video is clearly just a stream of consciousness thing, just like the one I'm making right now. That's what we're going for.
I already said that. Are you like in a relationship? Are you living with someone else? Like a girlfriend? Are you married? I kind of doubt it.
I kind of doubt that I'm married. Well, not quite. However, in 3.5 weeks, I will be getting married. Our wedding is in 3.5 weeks. I'm actually really surprised that I phrased this as like I didn't have faith in myself or in my relationship, I guess, at that time. But I am still very much in love with the same wonderful woman, Macy, and we're getting married in like 3 weeks. So let's go.
I don't know. Other people would disagree, so we'll see. Um, do you have kids yet? Doubt it. I hope
Yeah. I did remember asking myself this, and yeah, I doubt it. I hope not. That's pretty good. No kids.
not. No.
Yeah.
You know what? If you do, I'm sure you're ready.
Hi, kitty cat.
This is weird. I'm not used to doing these things,
Yeah, you can tell.
talking at myself in the future for sure. Um, yeah. Oh,
Hi,
and
buddy.
also I guess I'm
Wanna
gonna
be
put
on
this on
camera?
YouTube, so this is technically public knowledge, which yeah, that's fine. Maintaining the YouTube vibe of completely unscripted, unedited videos. It's a good
Like
vibe.
every good
Also,
YouTuber.
face reveal. Oh man. So I hope you're still making music. Do you still play board games?
Yeah.
Seven Wonders and Dominion. Those are my favorites. You're still playing those games.
I sure am. Seven Wonders still my favorite game of all time. I didn't play a lot of Dominion for a long time, but past couple months, I've been getting back into Dominion. It's still great. Many of my favorite games now I hadn't even heard of at that time. I guess I hadn't really, I hadn't really dived into the heavier board game space. So some of my favorite games now, like Great Western Trail, Brass, Terra Mystica, never even heard of or played yet. But I play more board games now than I ever have, and it's a great part of my life. So no worries there.
Um, are you still a passionate person? What are you passionate about? Are you still a big baseball fan?
Yes,
I am. 5 years ago, I wasn't. So who knows?
that's a good point.
Do you still live in the U.S.? That's a big question.
Whoa, Interesting question. I do. I still live in Massachusetts. Not the city though. I again moved down to New Bedford. South Coast life for me, thanks to Macy.
How many national parks have you been to in the last 5 years?
Whoa.
What new places in the world have you seen? Where have you traveled?
I think that's like a really revealing line of questioning. I think the answer is way fewer places than I did the 5 years prior. I really took advantage of like travel opportunities while I was at college, while I was at MIT, and I'm really glad that I did. Going to Italy and London and like Puerto Rico, plenty of like places around like throughout that time. Since then, it's been a lot less travel. I would say like the biggest win is I've gotten to go to Colorado a whole bunch. Rocky Mountain National Park. Spent a lot of time in Colorado. That's where Macy's family is. So that's fantastic. But in terms of national parks, like maybe like three more. But yeah, it's interesting that was like a priority, something I thought about.
How are your friends? Who are your friends? My
Mostly the same people. Let's find out.
bestest friends. See, any order I say this. My bestest friends: Thad, Joanna, Kate, Jen, Alyssa.
Nice. I mean, they'll all be at my wedding. Most of those people will be in my wedding, so feel pretty good about that.
So many others.
Love my friends.
I'm really lucky. I'm surrounded by really great friends, by wonderful, close family. And I really hope that whoever those people are for you, that you're also in the same boat. You're surrounded by people who love and support you and that you care about.
Something that I feel like is coming across is like my sentimentality, especially then. Like I feel like I'm coming across more sentimental than I feel on a daily basis now. And I think a large part of that is that I've like been in a, happy, healthy relationship for like 5 years with the same person. And I'm like just truly happy in a like continuous sort of way with that. I'm less angsty than I was back then. So I think that's related, but it's just something I'm noticing.
What's your favorite book? Is it still Norwegian Wood?
Nope. The Dispossessed. Ursula K. Le Guin. Norwegian Wood's still good though.
What other movies have made your favorite movies list? Do you still keep a favorite movies list?
Yes, I do.
Do you still keep a books you've read list?
I actually started using Goodreads occasional that I use when I read. I haven't been reading much lately. I'm working through Moby Dick. It's been a real slog. Don't remind me.
What music are you listening to? Are you listening to any music that I don't know yet?
Ooh.
I hope so. Are you listening to any music that hasn't come out yet?
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I'm sure you are. But I can't wait to hear
it. Nice.
I can't wait to hear the music that you've made.
Not sure how much of that there is, but there's some good stuff. In particular, I'm thinking of for our first couple anniversaries, I recorded myself singing some of my arrangements for Macy as gifts. And I wrote Till There Was You from The Music Man specifically that was our second anniversary. And so those were nice.
I hope that you feel good about where you're at and the choices you've made. I hope you're happy. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say.
This still goes on for 4 more minutes. What the heck? I am happy, and I do like where I'm at, and I think that like watching this video is like reminding myself of that, because the things that I, cared about are mostly the same, and I like had my priorities straight, and I feel like I still live those, and I'm really glad about that. And I am quite happy with the choices that I've made in the years since.
I mean, over the past couple of years, I've, you know, started to. I've been struggling with depression. I've gone through some really good times and some really bad times. With respect to that, right now I'm doing pretty well, and I hope that you're doing well too. Are you still keeping a journal?
I am. Yeah, the mental health stuff's interesting. As I said, I think that I'm doing a lot better on the whole. I wouldn't describe any of the times in the past 5 years as very bad. I think that's fair to say. So we take those. It's just a lot of dead space in this video.
Lots of dead air.
At least I'm self-aware about it.
Are you still wearing your Peter Pan costume for Halloween?
No, I am not. Much to my chagrin, my fiance over here insisted that I stop. I think that this upcoming year in 2020 was the last time I got away with that. But it was probably for the best. I've had some fun costumes since then, including Aang from Avatar. So probably for the best. But that's funny that I asked that.
Are you still staying in touch with your inner child?
Nice.
Are you
Yes.
still staying in touch with actual children? How's Elsa doing?
It's a really weird question. But I asked about my cousin Elsa, which, yeah, we do.
You see Elsa? How's Megan? How are your wonderful cousins?
They're great. A lot of them will be at my wedding in 3 weeks.
And how are Nick and Daniel?
My best men.
How are mom and dad? I haven't. Oh, God. Are grandma and papa still around?
Mm.
If so, I hope that you're seeing them and that you really cherish every moment with them. And if not, I hope that you know, you were there until the end.
Yeah. I I think that I was. I feel very grateful for all the time that I had with Grandma Papa in my life, and especially with the amount that I was able to see them in their last years. I really treasure that. And there were a lot of times where we'd go out of our way to visit them for, even just like 15 minutes outside their assisted living facility on our way from Rochester to New England or back or whatever. And you know, it was one of those that, my parents would always sort of insist that we do that. And there were some times where I was probably just like, oh, do we really need to go out of our way or whatever? But I'm so glad that we did that, like every time, because that really means a lot. And yeah, now that they're no longer around, I just treasure that all the more. So
Wow. Yeah, I know I'm gonna like cry watching this in like 5 years and laugh a lot.
I am laughing. It's To be
As long as
honest,
that.
it's a little less emotional than I thought it might be. I think it's just kind of fun to see my younger self, I have a lot of compassion for this young man, but yeah, no, I think I'm proud of what I said here. I'm proud of like the person that I was to like ask myself these questions and like the thoughts that are on my mind. So I think that helps. I don't feel the need to like mourn something that was lost.
I keep myself laughing. We're all good.
Oh, see, I was crying filming it.
I'm so curious about what my brothers will be doing. What's Nick up to? What's Daniel doing? He'll be in college by now.
He's crushing it as a percussionist.
I hope Andy and Cassie are still doing well, hanging around. And if
Andy and Cassie, the old ladies, are doing fine. They're getting up there. They're like 14, which is really really sweet. But yeah, as I said, I didn't know that I'd have two lovely kitties of my own now, and they're the best.
so, I hope that you're giving them lots and lots of pets whenever you can.
Yeah.
Do you have a cat?
Yeah.
Do you have cats yourself?
I do.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You have cats and you're loving them. Are you still renting apartments somewhere?
Yeah.
Or have you actually managed to buy a place?
Yeah. No, not a no.
What's your financial situation like? Ugh. Now I really sound like a 20-something. Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: we're having a wedding in 3 weeks, and we're not going to bankrupt ourselves. So, we take those again.
Well, I hope that you're able to do the things that you love doing. Yeah. Well, I'm sure this will be super fun to watch for the 2 people on YouTube that might watch it.
24
And
views.
I hope that you have a good 5 years. Yeah. Are you still addicted to YouTube?
Oh, brother. Yeah.
If you are, I hope you're finding good content. That's what we can hope for.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I am.
All right. Well, yeah. Looking forward to being 26 and something and be in your shoes. All right. Bye, Jake.
See ya. All right. Wow. So much to discuss. Okay. First of all, like dog shit content, right? Like horrible video. I knew it would be. But it's not supposed to be, a real YouTube video. I'm sure that this one will be just as bad for anyone who deigns to watch this. Maybe I'll watch it in another 5 years. Probably. I don't know. Really interesting. Less Macy content that I was hoping for, frankly. Have some faith, Jake. You're marrying that girl in 5 years that you're in love with for the first time. But, that's really nice. So that's interesting. The other, like, glaring omission is I don't think I mentioned hiking once. And I feel like that was, like, important to me. But I know that at that time, I felt lucky to get like one, real hike in a year. And now, like, I spend, I don't know, 5 to 7 weekends in the mountains every year at least. I don't know. And of course, 2 years ago, I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail, which was, the most rewarding experience of my life so far. That was a dream that I'm not going to say I'm shocked that I didn't mention it. I was curious if I would. I guess not. You can see the map of the AT behind me there. I have a tattoo, AT tattoo. I wonder how how much that would surprise 2020 me. But I love my tattoo. I'm really, really glad that I have it, and to commemorate that most special experience. It's an interesting time in my life to watch this. A really nice time. As I've said several times, my wedding coming up in just 3 weeks, and still, you know, so much in love with Macy, and so happy with the life that we've built together, and can't wait to see what the next 5 years bring. See you then, I guess. Stay goofy, and I'll see you in 5 years.